Lance the Party Palmer, two-time featherweight champion here in the PFL, still undefeated in the PFL ranks, takes on an old college wrestling rival in Bubba Jenkins. Kenny, what does Bubba Jenkins bring to this fight?
Oh man, he brings a lot of talk, I'll tell you that. He reminds him every single chance he gets that he beat him in wrestling, really trying to big brother the two-time champion. But I tell you what, he is a phenomenal athlete, a world-class wrestler, and he's been working very hard on his submission skills and on his striking.
There's Bubba Jenkins inside the cage. And Randy, a lot of fighters have come into the PFL at 145 with designs on dethroning that man. So far, nobody's successful.
Yeah, nobody's been successful. This guy is the most meticulous, methodical fighter I have seen in a long, long time. He's an absolute student of the game. He goes wherever he needs to go. He's got great wrestling. He uses his wrestling reliantly in his fighting style. He said he's been working a lot on his submission skills and his jiu-jitsu. I'll be anxious to see if he can pull any of that off tonight.
We take a look at the tail of the tape. And this tail of the tape presented by the U.S. Marine Corps. Both of these gentlemen are 33 years old. Bubba Jenkins 2 inches taller with a 3-inch reach advantage. And if it matters, which Lance Palmer insists that it doesn't, he's got the wrestling record advantage as well in the head-to-head. We'll see how it plays out. Lillian Garcia starts us off on ESPN2.
Well, good evening from Atlantic City, where we are live with the 2021 season of the Professional Fighters League. We continue the action in the featherweight division. So, get fired up, cause it's about to get real! This fight is presented to you by CarParts.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a wrestler. Standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall, he officially weighs in at 146 pounds. In 18 professional bouts, he has a record of 14 wins and 4 losses, with 9 wins by stoppage, and is an NCAA Division I national champion. Fighting out of Las Vegas, by way of Virginia Beach, here is Bubba "Badman" Jenkins! His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is also a wrestler. He stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in officially 145 1/2 pounds. In 25 professional bouts, he has a record of 22 wins and 3 losses, with 9 wins by stoppage, and is undefeated in the PFL. Fighting out of Columbus, Ohio, here is your two-time PFL Featherweight World Champion, Lance the Party Palmer! Your referee in charge, Gary Copeland.
Gary Copeland will oversee the action between these two longtime rivals, two men who know each other very well. Lance Palmer in the green trunks, Bubba Jenkins in the black and gray. Touch of the gloves, southpaw stance for Bubba Jenkins and for Lance Palmer. Jab from Jenkins. Low kick from Lance Palmer. Another jab from Jenkins. An exchange of kicks. Kenny, for all the talk that Bubba Jenkins engaged in leading up to this fight, you know that he has to respect the skills of Lance Palmer.
No question about it. He's the two-time champ for a reason, has some phenomenal wrestling credentials himself. And right now, it looks like Lance is kind of analyzing a little bit, circling away from the power of Bubba Jenkins, looking for a left hand, it seems.
Bubba believes he's in Lance's head. It's going to be interesting to see if that unfolds. But all that smack talk is for an absolute purpose. He's trying to get him to think about anything else besides how to beat Bubba.
Jenkins backs up Palmer with a double jab and a 2 there. Palmer unloads a left hand. Palmer has changed his training camp a couple of times. He's settled in with Frankie Edgar. Eddie Alvarez and some formidable lower weight fighters. He believes the striking is the better forward, and that left hand might be a little punctuation mark on that exact fact.
Yeah, that's the shot he's going to be looking for, especially you look at Bubba Jenkins' lead right hand. He's holding it very low.
Nice left hand after the flying knee just glanced off by Bubba Jenkins. Two great wrestlers, and it's striking so far, which often is the case, Randy Couture.
Absolutely, the wrestling cancels itself out. Either guy can take the other guy down and put him on the ground or have his way there, and they end up who's done the best job at learning the striking game.
A little switch foot left hand there from Lance Palmer. He certainly has picked up a few tricks. Hard kick from Bubba Jenkins goes off the arm.
Lance says he's learned a ton from Frankie Edgar, who implements his wrestling into his fighting style very, very well.
One difference I see in Bubba Jenkins' stance is he's sitting a lot lower. Going to give him a little extra power and potentially allow him to level change and go for a shot. He's staying pretty low there.
Palmer, we're accustomed to him throwing a couple of punches and immediately diving for a takedown. He has not attempted one just yet. A testament to his respect for Bubba's wrestling and also his comfort with his own striking. Nice outside leg kick there. And Jenkins initiates the first grappling exchange.
Anytime you're standing on one leg, as Palmer was when he threw that kick, you're vulnerable. It's hard to sprawl when you're standing on one foot. But I agree with throwing that kick. You look at Bubba's stance, he's putting more weight on that front leg. That front leg is vulnerable. Hard to check a kick when you got weight on it.
Oh, nice finish there on the takedown from Bubba Jenkins. Now potentially trying to attack the back of Palmer.
Nice little change of direction. Pushed him one way, then pulled him back over his hips the other way.
And this right here, relatively unfamiliar territory for Lance Palmer, who, as a four-time All-American at Ohio State, generally has the wrestling advantage pretty distinctly in his fights, even here inside the PFL cage. Nice work by Bubba Jenkins in round one.
Bubba trying to punish those legs, kneeing those thighs.
90 seconds remain here in round number one. PFL MMA is the only true sports league in the sport of mixed martial arts. Fighters compete for points in 2 regular season bouts. Those points are used to seed the playoffs. Those playoffs in pursuit of a championship berth for $1 million. Lance Palmer has completed the journey twice. Bubba Jenkins, new to the PFL, will look to make it happen for himself here in 2021. 1 minute remains.
Those have been some hard knees to the legs of Lance Palmer. Oh, looking for a
down.
suplex. But those can have the same effect as a leg kick. You'll feel those as the fight goes on. Bubba Jenkins just trying to slow Lance down.
Little chatter there in fight from Bubba Jenkins. Not sure if it was for Lance or for his corner. A couple of left hands sneaking past the guard of Lance Palmer here in this takedown.
Jenkins has done a great job of eating away at the clock and getting Palmer to hold his weight. Doing a great job of winning this round so far here.
Position, control, then damage, says the corner of Bubba Jenkins.
Has full control here from the back, both hooks.
Both anchors
10
in.
seconds remain here in round number one. Unfamiliar territory for Lance the Party Palmer, two-time champ. Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, Kenny Florian, presenting for you something brand new to MMA. The exclusive fighter performance rating brought to you by Rich Energy. A 1 through 100 score to gauge the performance of fighters round by round. Bubba Jenkins scored an 80 in that one. Not only did he score takedowns on Lance Palmer, they were effective. He landed significant offense once he got that back control. That's why he gets the score of 80. Any round that ends in a finish is an automatic 100. Everything else trying to lead up to that.
Round 2, you ready, Blue? Round 2, you ready, Red?
Round 2, Bubba Jenkins in the black and gray, Lance Palmer in the green and white trunks. And Randy, that might be the first round we've seen Lance Palmer definitively lose in his PFL run.
I think you're correct. I don't think he's lost a round in all the years I've been watching him.
Big left hand there from Bubba Jenkins. Palmer shrugs off that takedown attempt.
Lance ate a big left hand from Bubba Jenkins. Right on the nose. And this is the round where Bubba Jenkins said he would knock out the two-time champ.
Palmer has won 11 straight fights. Left hand misses there for Bubba Jenkins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Long jab from Jenkins. Low kick in response from Lance Palmer. Little damage is showing on the face there of Lance Palmer, Randy.
Yeah, that straight left hand, the landed flush, definitely got his attention.
Another nice low kick there.
Yes, sir. My bad, coach. My bad, coach.
Bubba Jenkins actively conversing with his corner, just missing on that extended left hand.
Reach your head block. You got a T on T. Nice. Keep your eyes open.
Palmer comes in, eats a jab for his efforts. 2 more from Bubba Jenkins.
I think Lance needs to feint his way in a little bit more. He's rushing in, and he could get caught as he does that.
He's not even leaving the threat of a takedown in there. He's
Right.
no head fake, no level change. He's got to, I think, do that to at least make Bubba think he's going to shoot.
Absolutely, Randy. He's got to be more unpredictable.
Nice left hand there. Another from Bubba. Now he comes behind the strikes with a body lock. Will he complete another takedown? More of those knees to the thigh you were talking about in round 1, Kenny.
Yeah, he's chipping away. Has some good control there with that body lock. Now trying to get on the inside, see if he's going to steering wheel his way into a takedown. Bubba can get behind him here if he just shrugs his shoulder and see if he does that.
Yeah, Lance needs to hang on to that whizzer. He can't let that whizzer go.
Yep.
Round 2 halfway gone here. Featherweight action. 2-time champion Lance Palmer right now trying to solve the puzzle of Bubba Jenkins. Jenkins with a workmanlike round number 1. I think is firmly in control at this point.
Bubba Jenkins is certainly controlling the wrestling situation that we're finding ourselves in this fight.
And there he is getting around to the back. This seems like a very similar round to round 1, and it's all been about control for Bubba Jenkins.
Left elbow inside when you can. Right hand on his wrist, left elbow inside. 2 minutes remaining, champion. You don't have to worry about the choke.
Randy, these two wrestled 4 times in college. Bubba Jenkins with the 3-to-1 advantage. Sometimes that can be a big mental edge.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely can be. Sometimes you just have that nemesis, that guy you never seem to really overcome.
Sure.
Scramble there, and now back to their feet. Another low kick from Lance Palmer. 90 seconds remain here in round number 2. Wear and tear showing on the face of Palmer yet again.
And this is where desperation can start to set in, guys, because, again, it's been Bubba Jenkins who's winning this round as well, in my opinion, and this is where Lance is going to have to get something going. Otherwise, he's going to be down 2 rounds heading into the 3rd. Very unusual spot, and Lance is a 2-time champ. He's seen a lot in there, but I don't think he's been in this kind of position before.
Well, he certainly hasn't, not in PFL action at least. And in season 2, which unfortunately was a while ago now, we actually saw Lance Palmer in his storied career. He got his first TKO, so it's not outside the realm of possibility for him anymore, which should at least be a confidence booster in that regard. Nice exchange there. Slip and rip from Bubba Jenkins. Another low kick from Lance the Party Palmer.
Still like to see Lance get that little head fake, give that little thought that maybe he's going to shoot. You know Bubba has to respect his wrestling as well.
Jenkins has been in control of the positioning inside the cage here. He's initiated several of the striking exchanges, and we know that the takedowns are in his favor also.
Yeah, Lance has chosen a more defensive strategy here, and it's not paying off. I mean, Bubba Jenkins has been able to take advantage of it, and now all that talk might further compound in the head of Lance Palmer.
Spinning kick there from Bubba Jenkins as the round comes to a close. 2 down, 1 to go. Quick little replay here as we come back for round number 3.
There's that beautiful right hook, left hand from Bubba Jenkins. Lovely stuff there.
Round 3, Bubba Jenkins in the black trunks, Lance Palmer in the green and white.
Lance Palmer's got to really get on his horse here. He's got to make something happen in this 3rd round.
He hasn't lost in mixed martial arts since 2017. Right now, likely down 2 rounds to none on the judges' scorecards. Nice kick to the leg there in response to Bubba coming up to the body. Another left hand just misses there from Bubba Jenkins.
And Randy, I'm a little surprised that Lance has kind of continued to kind of back up and circle. I'm surprised in this round he's not taking it to Bubba Jenkins, or at least initiating a takedown of his own.
Yeah, but now he's got a little head fake there. He's done it twice in this round, but I've rarely seen him back up. He's been backing up this whole fight.
There it is, a right hook and a straight left from Lance. That's what landed for Bubba in round 2. He attempts another one. Nice defense by Bubba Jenkins. 1 minute gone in round 3.
You first, Lance. Pino. That's it. Change your rhythm on so he gets time. Change your rhythm.
Superman punch.
There you go. That's it. See that second. Nice.
And now it's Bubba Jenkins hunting. Nice knee to the body there in this clinch. Double unders for Bubba Jenkins.
Nice.
Another nice knee to the body.
Yes.
Circle, Lance.
Good old-fashioned American wrestling right here.
There we go. Look at those turn.
Cage control. Watch the hip toss. You know you may go for it.
Whizzer here for Lance Palmer. Bubba Jenkins controlling him against the cage. More knees to the leg.
Worry about that.
And again, this is just a repeat of what we've seen here in rounds 1 and 2. Bubba Jenkins with that double underhook. All about control. Oh, looks like a bit of a groin shot there.
We'll pause the action here. Bubba Jenkins will get up to 5 minutes to recover.
Hey, no more coaching.
Little punch to the cup there on accident. Lance Palmer knew it.
Hey, ref, we get our position back, right? We have
There it was.
Skip that one right off the cup.
What's that?
We get our position back.
Hold tight, hold tight. You want a doctor to check you out? Are you sure? Okay. Doc, it was on.
That was definitely an unintentional punch. He landed a punch to the body right before that. That one he just misjudged and skipped it off his cup as it went up into his body. You know, how long it takes to recover from these. Sometimes you get pinched. You know, it didn't look to be that hard a shot, but it may have pinched him with his own cup.
Bring it back in here then. We're going to put you back in the same position you were in.
Gary Copeland, you heard him right there, is going to restart the action in as close to an exact position as we can find.
Right here. Okay, wait till I said it. Timekeeper ready? Fight.
This is the third time we've seen Lance in this position, and he's really not using that whizzer very effectively. He's not re-pummeling and squaring up his hips to Bubba's hips and really kind of pummeling him in there to stay out of this position.
That body lock results in another takedown. I think we have a clock disparity here, what's displaying on the screen. We should be down around 2 minutes and 45 seconds rather than 40 seconds. But the results are the same. Bubba Jenkins is controlling Lance Palmer in these wrestling exchanges.
Well, I tell you what, in regards to those wrestling exchanges, sometimes, you know, it's a non-factor. They cancel each other out. The real story is Bubba Jenkins has been the better wrestler here against Lance Palmer.
Inside trip by Bubba. Lance does a good job of getting out of it. There's an outside trip. Drags him down. Lance not going to concede. He's going to try and scramble and find a way to get his leg back.
2 minutes left.
And I tell you what, if you're new to the sport of mixed martial arts, or you haven't seen two wrestlers of this caliber face off, you might not be fully appreciating what is happening here. What you have is a former Division I champion in Bubba Jenkins against the 4-time All-American and the national champ right now has gotten the better of those exchanges. This is incredibly high-level work by Bubba Jenkins, and now Lance Palmer is running short on time to make something happen as he hangs on this front headlock.
He needs a choke right here is what he needs. He's running out of time.
Absolutely, Randy. He's doing a good job of keeping his legs away from the cage so he can get a much better sprawl off here. But he's got to turn this into something. He's got a front headlock. He can turn it into a guillotine, maybe go to the back.
You already know he's going to try to step around. There we go.
You ready to explode out of
Might be trying to step up over the head of Bubba Jenkins. Jenkins with the stop sign extends his right arm, cancels it all out.
1 minute.
Now he's in a better position. If he can get that knee up and around the back of the tricep of Bubba, he can go to the back. But Bubba, he's onto it, man.
10-finger guillotine attempt here maybe from Lance Palmer.
There
There
it
it
is.
is. This thing could be tight as Bubba Jenkins is fighting the hands, addressing it from the bottom position there. Appears to be relatively comfortable.
40 seconds, buddy. Fight them hands.
Palmer doesn't have the fit necessarily.
Fight them hands.
Bubba's smiling at the camera. About 30 seconds left, but he's got to respect this choke.
Lance Palmer, if anyone can squeeze at 145 pounds, he's the guy. Bubba's able to get himself out. Back to his feet. Nice knee on the exit. And a right hand for Lance's effort. Another left hand searches for Bubba Jenkins.
Looks like he's trying to set up a spinning attack.
There it is. The wheel kick, just like Kenny Florian told you to watch for. And now Lance biting down and swinging. He realizes he's in a desperation situation. Swinging away, Lance Palmer trying to make it happen. Bubba Jenkins celebrates. He thinks he's got it in the bag. I can't disagree with him. Was that enough for Bubba Jenkins to upset the two-time PFL champion?
Pretty dominant performance. Won all the wrestling positions in all 3 rounds.
Bubba Jenkins celebratory will get the official judge's decision when we return on ESPN2. MMA's league is back. Professional Fighters League action in Atlantic City. Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, Kenny Florian. There is a look at our Verdict Global Scorecard. With Verdict, you, the fans, get to be the judge. Here's how the fans scored this fight. All 3 rounds in favor of Bubba Jenkins, the PFL newcomer. I cannot stress this enough. That was a 2-time champion that Bubba Jenkins just pulled it off against, barring any surprise in the official decision from the judges, of course. For that, we go to Lillian Garcia.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored the bout 30-27. For your winner by unanimous decision, earning 3 points in the featherweight division, Bubba Batman Jenkins!
So the judges thought it was Bubba Jenkins, the fans thought it was Bubba Jenkins, Randy Couture and Kenny Florian thought it was Bubba Jenkins. A truly unanimous decision for Batman and the former NCAA wrestling champion. Impressive performance, Kenny.
I tell you, I'm blown away. To come in here and do that against the 2-time champ Lance Palmer and to dominate an aspect where Lance Palmer has dominated here in PFL says a lot